multiple times now, outside champion.
Yeah, but you're not understanding. You're not understanding.
So clearly I was much further along with where I was than you were.
No, you weren't.
4 days ago, I've sat around the fire pit and just sat.
I didn't think I was going to come back because you know what? I was tired of talking about Love Island personally. I've been watching in silence and not saying nothing. But when I say I told you about Catherine's behavior, I don't want to say I told you. I want to tell you I told you. I told you about Catherine's behavior. Then I'll tell you. I told you Catherine's behavior, yeah, when she treated Andre this way she did. But a certain demographic, they know who they are. A certain demographic wanted to back Catherine and give her all the plaudits when she I don't want to say disrespected, but when she acted cold towards Andre, I told you about it. I warned you. I told you. I said, look at the way she's treated Andre. I said, be very careful. But no. When we was on Twitter, a certain demographic were like, no, she has every right to like who she likes. And Andre's just being, he's too soft. He's just. When it was a black Kang, they had no issues. When it was a black Kang, they had no issues. Okay, when Andre was being left for Catherine and Catherine was saying all that stuff about, oh, he's territorial, he's gonna make me feel like I can't talk to nobody. He hadn't even done nothing. He hadn't even done anything, and she was already starting to project about how he's gonna behave. Okay, she had already started pretending as if, oh my God, he's gonna be on my case. He's gonna be doing too much. He's gonna be trying to make me like I can't talk to anybody now that I'm with you, Zach. That was what was happening at the time. And I told you, I warned you. I said, Catherine is not the person you should be backing. I warned you that she's not the one to back you. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? I warned you. I told you about the behavior. But because, and I want to be very, very clear. Not my audience. I'm talking about Twitter, by the way. What I'm talking about is Twitter. So when I say this, you guys weren't on this. This is what I'm seeing on Twitter. On Twitter, okay, on Twitter, a certain demographic had no issues with her being cold when it came to Andre the first time round. Not when they got back together the second time. The first time round when they got together, when she decided that it's okay, she can go with Zach. It don't matter about Andre anymore. Because she pretty much did the exact same thing. It was just that Andre is not as confrontational as Scott is, right? At the beginning, when she was like, no, and she started projecting, saying he's going to be on my case, she had already started making excuses on how to deflect to make sure she's not the bad person for choosing Zach. She's not comfortable making choices that are going to make her the bad person. She ain't comfortable. Right? That's why she had to make Andre the villain. Now, of course, a certain demographic on Twitter were happy to say, go on, do you, sis. Do you, boo. We don't mind. Do you, boo. And I want to call out a certain demographic again, because when it came to Elam, Elohim, whatever you want to call him, I like him. He's pretty cool. When it came to Elam, the first thing a certain demographic did was to talk about how he wasn't good looking as Scott was. Instead of saying about maybe the connection they might have, the first thing they did was tear down another black Kang. You think I have sympathy for those of you that were supporting Catherine when some of you were out here happily tweeting about how ugly Elam was, how corny he is. How can she go for someone like Elam? He ain't even this, he ain't that, because he doesn't fit into the traditional box of being the black man that you guys like. Look, it hurts me. It don't, but I mean, it hurts me. It don't really. You get what I'm saying to you, right? And I say this to just highlight the fact that some of the rhetoric that was seen online was just wild. I'm going through the tweets. I'm just like, whoa, like there was a lot of hate, you know, for Elam as well when she decided she wanted to choose Elam. So instead of backing the Catherine and Elam situation, a certain demographic instantly went to their Whyte Kang. In fact, they've been doing it all season. When it came to Zach and when it came to Scott, get you a Whyte King, get your Whyte King, get your. I'm sometimes thinking to myself, they must really don't like us, you know. Certain demographic really don't like us, you know. A certain demographic don't like black man. You understand? Yeah. Because the way they were so excited to see Whyte Kang, I was like, what's going on here? Like, what do we do? Nah, because every season a black man decides to choose a white girl. But then when you get the choice and chance to, you do the exact same thing, that make it make sense. You know what I mean? Now, I just want to deal with that issue first and foremost. Okay? You're absolutely right, Nikki. You're absolutely right. He's not ugly, but you're absolutely right. And this is what I'm going to say. A certain demographic are futurist, just like black men. Oh, did I say that? Did I say that? Oh, there's a certain demographic who always accuse black men of being colorist, and we're talking about featurist, meaning features of the. When they decided to talk about Elon and his looks, yes, the reason why they didn't like him and didn't find him attractive is because he had a feature that wasn't quote unquote attractive to them. Featurism, similar to what they were accusing black men of doing. I always say this: listen, if you get real, both parties are bad. It's just that one party has far more power than the other, so we are always going to be looked at as the enemy. But the reason why they were calling him out was featurism, colorism. But we can discuss that another day. Now, let's have a real conversation now. Okay? Let's have a real conversation now. Whilst I feel like Catherine, has done some people dirty on this, I must say this. I'm okay. Okay? I'm okay if we get at Catherine. What I'm not okay is newspapers, news outlets, media, Fiat 500 trying to come at Catherine. I will always defend my own. That's as simple as that. We can do it. It's a problem when you do it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? When it's internalized within our group, between black folk, I don't mind. We're going to talk about it. We're going to handle Catherine ourselves. Okay? What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to be sitting kiki and cackering with the enemy, the ops, when it comes to the situation, because we know how it works when it comes to the media, when it comes to television, when it comes to news and stuff. I am not going to join you. I am not going to join you in the witch hunt of my sister. That's why I'm telling you that now. So it's okay when we do it, okay? But it's not going to be okay when you do it. I don't want to hear nothing from you if you're not one of ours, okay? So we're going to hold her accountable. That's fine. We're going to do what we're going. We might disagree amongst ourselves. But when you decide to do it, I'm going to have a problem with it, okay? I'm going to have a problem with it. Definitely. Okay? I ain't never going to let you have your opportunity to get one of my peoples. No. We going to handle ours. Okay? And we going to call her out for what she did, but I'm never going to let you do what you're going to do. I'm just going to set it straight. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. I'm a gatekeep that particular aspect. Okay? All right? So that's the first and foremost. The second thing is this. The boys warned you about Scott. Right? The boys warned the ladies about Scott. They told you. See, one thing you have to understand, a man that doesn't want to hang around the boys but wants to hang around the women, you have to be very careful. A man that wants to hang around with the girls, the ladies, the women's, over the boys, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful of those kind of people. Those ones that want to hang around with the girls instead of handling around with the boys, you have to be very careful. Yeah? I warned you about, man. I warned that on Twitter. I put it on Twitter. I warned the people on Twitter. When Tyreek and that came out, I said, everybody, hold your horses, pause. Before you get on Tyreek and the boys for what they said, I said, hold your horses. I know that they may be feeling like they may look like they're jealous, but watch how they move. See, as men, how we move, they were calling him out because he wasn't part of the boys. But also, again, it's a warning shot. Listen, as a man, let me just say this as a man, right? As a man, your loyalty should be to men. Gonna tell it straight up. Now, not over your girl, of course not, but your loyalty should always be with the man then. Okay? Your loyalty should always be to the man. And here's why. Because the women will always have their loyalty to who? Women. It doesn't mean I can't roll with women. It doesn't mean I can't be cool with women. It doesn't mean I don't see how, it doesn't mean I won't ever try to be balanced. It doesn't mean I won't always try to see both sides. It means, but my loyalty is to men. Do you know why? Because at the end of the day, women will be with women. Men will be with men. For me, it's real simple. It's real simple. I don't elevate the women over the boys. We never do it because it never ends well. And you know what? It didn't end well for Scott. Okay? Right? Now, when I say elevate, when I say roll with the boys, it does not mean that I'm going to agree with everything they do. I will hold my boys accountable. If you're doing madness, I'm going to hold you accountable. But you know what I mean? That doesn't mean you're going to get free reign. But when your loyalty is to women as a man, you are going to be a problem. And you're going to find out that they ain't even got the same loyalty to you that you think they should. I'm not talking about individual circumstances like a friend or your best friend, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not talking about that. Those are individual instances. You know what I'm saying? So for me, loyalty will always go down back with the men. Now, would I always be true about it? I'm always going to be on the side of truth as well. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to be on the side of truth, but my loyalty comes down to the men too. I'm always going to try and see it from a man's perspective, right, as well. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And the reason being is because women think like women and will always back women. And men will think like men and be like back men. This particular instance, what happened to Scott? Scott, what happened to you? No, Scott, what happened to you? When the women decided to turn against you when you were doing girls, where are the women now? Where are those same girls who are back, who you were sitting with, chilling and chatting and cackling with, that you thought that you were more mature than the boys at? Where are those girls now? Oh wait, did they not all laugh at you? Did they not all have a laugh and a kiki and caca at your back, saying about how that you weren't even, that you didn't even, you couldn't even get no girls? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Right? Do you see what I'm saying to you? So for me personally, you have to understand that when you decide now that you are going to be sitting with the girls and not be part of the boys, listen, you didn't have to do what Sammy or Montel did. See, let me keep it real right here. Let me keep it right here, right? Let me give you a bit of psychology here. We're going to use the traditional roles. I said traditional role, but alpha and beta and all that kind of stuff, right? If Scott is somebody who goes to the beat of his own drum, he could have still made that work. See, if you truly are quote unquote, and the people that usually do that are what we call Sigma males, right? The lone wolves, right? If you are a lone wolf, that's fine, but you know how to handle those who are within the confinements of the structure, right? Unfortunately, Scott didn't know how to handle the structure, which was, of course, Tyreek was the top of the structure. Scott did not have to bow down, and he didn't have to do that. But what he has to do is acknowledge that the alpha is in the room. When I say that, I don't mean that, please don't take it the wrong way. And like, you don't believe in alpha. Just understand what I'm trying to say to you. The leader of the group, which is Tyreek of the boys, he doesn't have to join them and be like, I bow down. I know. If you are really a lone wolf, right? If you really are a lone wolf, you don't try to challenge the alpha. There's no point. You just roll with it and be like, yo, bro, he does what he does. I do what I do. And the alpha will respect you because he knows that you're not trying to take his position. So there would have been no fight, right? And I'm just talking about as in men, as psychology, like for me to myself, right? When I see men that have a structure and the power, I don't try to attack them. There's no point. I just roll with them. Like, bro, we see things differently though. And they respect me for my way of seeing things. He respects himself. I respect him for doing his way of doing things. Right? Yeah. So the reality of the situation is, don't isolate yourself completely from the boy group. Right? Don't isolate yourself from the complete group. Right? Don't completely isolate yourself from that. If anything, you could have been like, you know what? Let me try and okay, I see that they do things differently. Let me try to speak some sense into them. Let me at times I say, boys, I don't necessarily see that way, I see it a bit differently. It's when you start coming off looking like you're better than someone that you start having the issues with the other group. Boys don't like that, man. Don't try to make yourself better. All right. Like if you're mature, be mature, but your maturity should also come with wisdom. This is the point. Saying that someone's more mature, but with no wisdom, what's the point of you being mature if you had no wisdom? See, wisdom would have given them the ability to be able to notice how to maneuver around Ty and them. Right. And it would have been cool. It would have been like, nah, Scott's cool, bro. He just does things differently. Right? So that when you have it, but the thing is, when we talk about Scott was mature, that's why the guys don't like it. No. He was arrogant. He didn't realize that you need your structure. This is a game. This is a game. Right? It's a game. And so when you get into competitive situations, you have to look at what is the social structure here? How do I move in the social structure? If I alienate myself completely, I now have nobody. Think about it. That's what I'm talking about, wisdom. So we can say all mature all you want, but if maturity doesn't come with wisdom, what's the point? What's the point? Right? What's the point? Now, the reason why Scott's situation really took place the way it did is because they can see that he wasn't really being true. Or it can say that maybe he had alienated himself so much, they decided to attack him. It is what it is, right? So now that other aspect, let's go to another aspect of the situation with Scott and a situation, right? Scott didn't pull people by the fireplace because he was trying to defend Catherine. Oh, let's say it again, because y'all be forgetting. Scott didn't do it for Catherine. This is why at the time I was looking at going, you lot thought that you know, you guys thought that Scott was really trying to defend Catherine. He wasn't defending Catherine. He was not defending Catherine at the time. He was not. That's why Catherine caught onto it, because at the time of the conversation, he wanted to pull everybody by the fireplace, including boys and girls. And she told him, "Why do you want to pull the girls into it?" Yeah, because I want to talk to everybody. And she was like, "But why do you want to pull the girls into it?" It was only 2 people that said it. But he wanted to pull everybody into the conversation. Let's air it out then. It wasn't for Catherine. It was for himself. So when you're doing it for yourself, don't try to make it as if that you're doing it for me and going on like you did it like I'm a protector. That's why I was saying to you, like, people weren't paying attention. I kept quiet, but people weren't paying attention to Scott and Catherine going on like, Scott is an amazing person. He came out and defended her. No, he did not. He defended himself. And that included Catherine. What he was defending was his choice to choose Catherine. He wasn't defending Catherine. He wasn't defending Catherine. She was included in the defending, but it wasn't about Catherine. Now, of course, yes, you're absolutely right. Catherine did say, "I appreciate you standing up for me." And the girls even said, "I appreciate you standing up for me." But actually, the reality was they knew from the bottom of the heart, it wasn't him defending her. See, that's why I had to say to her, like, the reason why, and this is why I said, and this is why I said to you, listen up carefully. That's why I said to you, you know, that you got to stand on your sword, man. As a man, you got to stand on your sword. Okay? Yeah, you got to stand on your sword, right? Because no, I'm not. Oh, no, Lindy, I'm not riding for Catherine. Get that out of your head, because I'm not riding for her. I've been calling out from the beginning, so that's not me. I'm not riding for Catherine. I want you to understand something, that when people were looking at it, I was saying to you that these two are not great. I already said it from the very beginning. Catherine and Scott are not that great. Why are people backing it so much? I wasn't on it like that. What I'm saying to you was, the conversation for Scott was not about Catherine in general. Catherine was included, but it wasn't about Catherine. It wasn't defending Catherine. It wasn't about defending Catherine. You have to understand how something works, right? So when we're talking about what your intentions are, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I may have a main motivation. The main motivation for Scott, and I said this before, I did this on the video. I said to you, Scott only chose Catherine because the thing didn't really work out too well with Leah. And then he suddenly wanted to go and kiss Catherine all quickly. And I told you that for me, and I'm talking about when I said it on Twitter, I didn't say it on you guys, I've done reviews since then, that I said he ran to Catherine because it didn't really work too well with Leah. That's the only reason why he went to Catherine. And I said the kiss was so quick. Why? Why all of a sudden, when you've just been talking to Leah, all of a sudden you want to kiss Catherine? I said that's why I said I said, hold on, don't smoke the boys just yet. Let the boys land. If you see my tweets on Twitter, I said, let the boys land. Before we get somewhere, let the boys land, because I'm telling you, you're going to see some stuff. Right? So what I'm saying to you is, it's not that I'm giving Catherine a pass. Catherine don't get no pass, because I've already done called her out and said that her behavior, the reason why she was so cold to Scott is because she was always that way. She ain't changed. That's how she treated Andre, but she got a pass for it because it was Andre. Right? She got a pass for it because it's Andre. Now, I'm going back, and so I'm not defending her. She's not getting a pass for me. Catherine gets smoked too. But what I'm saying to you is, what I'm saying to you is that in that scene, right? In that scene, it was never about Catherine. That fireplace was never about Catherine. Never about Catherine. Yeah? Never about Catherine. So, you know, I in this situation here now, you know, this situation here now, I don't back either of them, Scott or Catherine. You know, Scott or Catherine. I don't back either of them. Now, it's really interesting to see how Catherine. Yes, you're absolutely right. Catherine is losing sponsorships, right? Now, here's my biggest thing. Here's what I'm going to defend her again. Why is she losing sponsorships? Why is she losing? What did she do that was so bad that she's losing sponsorships? Hold on a minute. Why is she losing sponsorships? This is why I said I will defend. This is the only part where I'm going to defend Catherine and say, for what reason? See, I can see Catherine is consistently having to pull Whitney into something, not because she can't fight, but because she has to make sure she doesn't go angry black woman. And so for me, I'm asking the question, why would she lose sponsorship deals? I saw Boohoo tweet and I looked at that Boohoo and I said, get the frick out of here, man. Get the frick out of here. You were tweeting about Faye a couple of seasons ago saying it's very hard to back you, Faye. How can it be very hard? The girl has been abusive. There's no such thing as being hard to back you. She shouldn't be backed at all. Because Faye was actually abusive. She shouldn't be backed at all. So the fact that you have a stance on Catherine and be like, I'm looking at you like, and that goes back to what we say about as black women, and I'll be very clear, and I can always be open to this, that black women get a hard ride when it comes to the show. They are not allowed the same, women in general, but black women specifically, dark skin too, cannot play the game, because as soon as they do, there is somebody who's willing to step on the neck. I can be honest with that. That's why I said we will hold her accountable amongst our own, but when it comes to the corporations, I will fight you, because you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that. See, I can hold you accountable in my crew, and we're gonna talk about it within ourselves and our crew, and we're gonna talk about it. But what you're not gonna do, I'm not gonna allow you to degrade. I'm not gonna allow you to take the piss. I'm not gonna allow you just to try and bring her down, acting as if that when you've had Ekin-Su from last season, almost a season or two ago, you've had Ekin-Su as one of your spots. Get the frick out of here. Get the frick out of here. There is nothing different to what she did that Ekin-Su has not done. Get the frick out of here. Get the heck out of here. No different to what Molly from last few seasons have done as well when it came to what do you call it? What's his name? What's his name? The boxer. Whatever, Fury, Tyson Fury's brother. Right? There have been women before her and there have been women after her who have done similar things but do not get the same labeling. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So no, I'm not going to allow you to, as a corporation, to come out and do what you want to do and say what you want to say. I'm going to hold you accountable and say, no, I can see, I'm going to back you on that. That one, I'm going to back you on that. I'm going to call you out for other things, but I'm going to back you on this. Now, you ain't going to lose sponsorships just because of what? You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. He's get the frick out of here. Get the frick out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Love Island has barely shown. You know what the funny thing was? Love Island barely showed anything between Scott and Catherine, and as soon as she went with Elom, they showed everything. When Catherine and Andre were together, they barely showed anything. As soon as she got stolen by Zach, they started showing everything. I know your game. Don't take me for a mug. Don't take me for an idiot. You can't trick me. You understand what I'm saying to you? Don't take me for an idiot. Because when you watch the show, if you watch it, when Catherine and Andre together, they barely gave them any screen time. As soon as Zach stole her, boom, 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 back to back. Y'all giving us bare content. As soon as now, in a situation, when Zach went in with Molly and Zach were the highlight situation, Catherine goes back into the shadows. Catherine comes out now with Scott. Y'all don't want to show anything, right? You don't want to show anything. And as soon as she gets stolen by somebody else, you're only showing when she gets stolen. Why? Why are you giving us so much content when she gets stolen? I don't get it. Right? I'm not saying that I'm not going to hold Catherine accountable. Okay? I'm not trying to say that, can't hold him accountable. Okay? But I want to hold people to their behaviors. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I'm not coming at Catherine because she's a black woman. I come at Catherine because Catherine, that wasn't the right thing to do. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Yeah. So I want to fight. I want to fight for those black people that have been on the show, not just her and previously. When I feel like no, you're getting done dirty. As simple as that. Now back to what I was saying. Okay, back to what I was saying about the situation. Okay. Overall. Now, here's where I'm going to really disagree with Catherine, right? Catherine the way you put across your information about how Scott, nobody wanted him, is problematic because you already done cried earlier on. And this is why I said, when people started, and I'm very fair, when they tried to make Sammy racist because he said what he said about Catherine, I said, get the frick out of here. Sammy's not racist. Get the frick out of here. He's just seeing something that's not right between Catherine and Scott. They were trying to get onto Sammy, and I said, no, get off Sammy. Sammy's not racist for saying what he said about Catherine. He's not racist for saying what he's saying. Here's the reality of the situation. Okay? Here's the situation of it, right? Okay? Here's the reality of the situation. Okay? The way that scene played out with the movie night was a problem. Because if you can't come out and be like saying to the girls, but no one chose you, that's why you didn't get with nobody, when you know that you have cried with Sammy saying about, I felt unso seen and not liked, and then because he said about the fact that Scott don't really like you like that, but then you want to come out and say that about someone else, you can't do that. You should have put your big girl pants on that day when you were with Sammy, but you didn't. You end up crying and breaking down. That's fair. That's fine. Then you have to be sensitive that when you release certain words, you got to be very careful. Now, you could have said, was it the reason why you chose it? Is it because of this situation? Right? When you don't do that, okay, when you don't do that, then I can't back you on that. Then I have to call you out and say, no, you're wrong because you made a big scene on the left side. So when you're now doing the exact same thing that you were crying about, we're going to hold you accountable for what you're crying about. Can't do that. Right? Can't do that. It's that simple. There's no difficulty. It's that simple. Right? No play, no long thing. I don't want to make it a big issue, but that is the reality of the situation. Right? So Catherine needs to understand that. Okay? Right? The fact that we have Molly out here doing the absolute most up and down, went out the villa, came back in, and now Catherine's one of the most hated. Get the frick out of here. Get the frick out of here. Get the frick out of here. Yeah? Get the frick out of it. Now, just on a side note, Leah, keep quiet. And here's my thing. Okay? Okay? Here's my thing as well. Why is it that women, the demographic of women, let me just one of you, especially on Twitter, they are screaming from the hilltops that, shout out to in-house, appreciate you. They're screaming from the hilltops that these men are all following Tyreek. What do you think happened with Catherine when she said about Scott and all the girls joined in? No. Why is it that women are very quick to scream and shout about there being followers and the boys are following as sheep? Yet Catherine was here talking the most about Scott and the girls instantly went behind her. Don't talk about following with boys when the girls are doing the exact same thing. Please, I beg. Every season we do this. We talk about how some boys are following. Hey. Shh. You're too loud. You're too loud for the fact that the other girls on the other side too are followers. Keep quiet. There are followers on both sides. If Catherine says this is bad, the girls are now saying it's bad. If Ty said this is bad, the boys are now saying it's bad. There's bad on every side. Right? It's bad on every side. So I don't want to hear none of that chat anymore. Stop it. Because you're trying to use it to try and bash men. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. It's okay. Those are my final thoughts. I just want to bring that craziness as well. I absolutely, Dahlia, absolutely, Molly lost her place. Molly did lose her place. Once she went and she came back, the dynamic shifted. She lost her place. And Catherine has been orchestrating whatever Catherine has said. They've done. Now, of course, Catherine's going to tell the women, go here, do that. No, I'm not saying that Catherine's necessarily doing that. But I'm saying the fact that Catherine said this, the girls went right behind her. Anyway. You know what? So like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button, guys. I'm off now. And I'll try to give you guys some updates, but it's hard, man. I can't lie to you, man. Every day is a difficulty. I've got other things to be doing than giving videos every day. But we'll try our best to. It's been crazy the last few episodes. Can't lie to you. It's been crazy, but you know, my final sentiments is to say again once more. I need the ladies to chill on Scott. Okay, this defending of your white Kang, I need it to stop. Okay, you're throwing Scott a freebie and throwing Catherine underneath the bus because she was a little bit colder. She's been cold that same way from the very beginning. Okay, from the very beginning, Catherine has been the exact same way. All right, you only just spotted it now because it's a white Kang. Come on. Let's not do that. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked to later. We'll see you again.